a lot of these recent videos over the last 90 days, again, okay turnout, not great. I told you now, like we're not very active on home now. We recently became active. Further, when they ask you, right, what's the best time to post, एक question रहता है. So, हमारा case में 2 o'clock, roughly 9 o'clock, that's when most viewers are checking my channel. So this gives, and then out of the subscribers, only 17.9% have all notifications on. So when I post a video, about 18,000 people get a notification that a video is out. Now, this is one very sad part of our channel. This is different in a lot of channels, but just 96.8% are subscribed. Sorry, are not subscribed. Just 3.2% are subscribed to Homba now of our viewers. So most of them don't end up clicking the subscribe button for our channel. Then a very interesting metric, you'll be like, oh, only 28% women. You know what's the industry average on YouTube? Less than 10%. So we have a 3 times higher woman audience for home now, which makes sense. Women typically want to consume a lot more on home improvement content. From an age perspective, this is for the overall channel. Okay. Then we have about 2% audience from US, 1.8% Bangladesh, 1.2% UAE. That's fine. And we have a good mix of what is the format of content which viewers watch. So people are watching our videos, our shorts also, sometimes our live also. Okay. So this is how I'm looking at the audience dashboard. We'll go into advanced analytics next. Next, revenue dashboard. This is only relevant for YouTube channels which are dependent on the YouTube revenue. So ours is fine. It's not that important. But this will roughly give you key, what's what's the overall revenue we're earning every month and what is the main sources of revenue. So right now, if you see, our main source of revenue is actually the affiliate program. When we cover a product, someone buys that product, we get a small cut. Next is trends. So this is a very okay thing. YouTube has tried to make an AI where it can help you find other types of content. It's fine, nothing to harp about. Now this is channel wide analytics, okay? But where I like to spend a lot more of my time is on the content analytics. So what does that mean? If I go to content and let's take one of our recent videos. So let's take why kitchen and why AC fails in kitchen. We made this recent video, right? So now if you see why I like to spend time here is this video, this gray graph here, this is our typical video performance. This video, when I posted, it was below, but I knew this video will do well. And see now it has crossed that typical performance and it's, going on a good graph. So first thing is I like to see what's the way the video is performing compared to typical performance. Your goal is to always beat that graph in the positive way. So this video has already beat this graph. Right? You understood that? Next, watch time is how long people have watched this video. So of all the 2,200 viewers, a good chunk of them have continued to have watched this video for a total of 100 hours. That's a lot. Right? Next, I also like to scroll down and how viewers have found your video. So 40.9% have come from search, 35% has come from external. So what this means is it's likely that someone has shared this link on WhatsApp and things like that. 16.7% has come from recommendations, 15.6% has come from YouTube home, and then 1.8% YouTube is not able to attribute. So it has a good mix of content. And one more interesting thing I'll tell you is why I feel this video is going to pick up now is if I just look at the last 48 hours, we published this on 30th March, but if I look at the last 48 hours, this video has started picking up in the browse. See, if you can get your video in browse and suggested, your video, when we say na video viral ho gaya, that means उसको views browse से आया है और suggested से आया है. Getting your YouTube video in browse and suggested is hard. We'll have a separate, whole training session on how to do that or like what. Again, there's no science to it. It is a lot of feel thing. I'll share what I've learned. I'll show you one video which has got a lot of views from browse. But this is how I read this report. Now, this is not all. Okay. Now, the main part of the video, if you ask me, is audience retention, which I have to scroll further and find here. ये मेरे को असली ब्रेकडाउन देता है कि हाउ इज अ पर्सन इंटरैक्टिंग विद दिस वीडियो. पहले तो ये दिमाग से निकाल दो कि आज के जमाने के लोगों में अटेंशन स्पैन नहीं है. एनीवन हु इज यूजिंग दिस बुलशिट लाइन हैज नो आइडिया अबाउट व्हाट द हेल like they are talking about. I will show you statistics and data where freaking 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour long videos have got millions of views and very high average view percentage. They don't have time for stupid ads. They love to watch content which they want to watch. So even if I take this 9-minute video, according to this, 8-9% have seen the whole video. That's freaking 200 people have watched a 9-minute video, Payal and Sagar. That's you have to think कि वो 200-300 people have given you their full attention for 10 minutes, boss, roughly. That's so hard. Right? Now, this is how I read this graph. So first I always look at is how many people have gone to almost completion. So 7% have seen the whole damn video, and a lot, like about 18% have stayed till the 9-minute mark. That's good. However, initial drop off is quite significant. So one of the reasons, if you remember, on when I'm training you for writing scripts, I keep telling ke boss, focus on the hook, focus on the hook. This is the reason. Within the first 40 seconds, 50% have dropped. After this, it's pretty gradual, right? You see, till about 6 minutes, 33% of the audience is still sticking around in the video. But the first drop is quite significant. So this is how I am reading this report. Okay. Now, one more thing is, one of the reasons I ask you to always add chaptering is this gives you this grid-like view of which chapter is performing well. So how to think about it? I would say this chapter from 1 minute to 1 minute 16 seconds, which was this chapter. Why AC is wrong for kitchen. Here the graph is relatively flat. Then from 2 minutes to 3 minutes, it's a bit tapering. Why? So we have to think. Then the biggest drop off is here between 4 minutes to roughly 5 minutes. So what is that? Let's just see. AC versus cooler. So maybe this segment should be cut down a little bit. Right? This is how I try to sort of analyze, okay, this video, this is what performed, this is what didn't perform. Then here also the graph is quite stable. So 33% to 26%, it's fine. The slope is not that huge. So from 6 minute, so the key features and benefits of that product, I think many people wanted to listen to, right? So that's why it's quite stable. And then of course drop off after that is quite significant. So 9 minutes, that was just the conclusion line. I was telling people subscribe and all that, right? So that's how you think about this. So, and why adding chapters is good, it will allow you to analyze from a grid perspective. वरना वो slope रहेगा, you'll not have a context कि इसको कैसे analyze करूं. समझ आया? Now I will show you one more thing. This is my favorite feature YouTube has introduced. I click on see more, and here in the type of graph, I click on compare to other videos. So compared to other videos, what will this give you? Compared to a typical shows your videos audience retention compared to all videos of similar length on YouTube. So what does that mean? The intro part, we are worse than the average. The beginning part, we are above average. Then here it starts tapering down. This part, 4 minute to 5 minute, we are worse than the average. This part, we are above average. So this will tell you that, okay, script was strong here, script was strong here, it was poor here, it was poor here. This is how you analyze content. This is compared to other YouTube videos. So ideally, you want a graph to be what? It should just be like this. Correct. That's the best case scenario. So I always make sure you refer to this graph also, so you get a benchmark. So roughly speaking, this video is an average video, honestly, with a little bit above average features. But 60-70% is above average, 30% is below average. You can see that. So it's a bit of an above average video. Okay. Yes, exactly. So yeah, this is compared to all other YouTube videos which are 9 minutes long, roughly. You understood? So that's, see, YouTube pay, you have to understand you're not competing with other channels like yourself, you're competing with YouTube overall. So how does your video compare to a bloody Mr. Beast video also? Because that's what matters in the end of the day. So that's the main shift of mind you'll have to have. Don't just think about competing with other brands, think about competing with other YouTubers overall. So this is the part of overview. Now let's look at reach. Okay. So this is a very important metric. One metric, Payal, which I keep telling you is impression click-through rate is a very important metric for us. So we always target about 6, 7%, 8%. I know YouTubers which have got uh, impression click-through rate of 20, 22% also. That is a video which you have to click on no matter what. Like that's the type of video. But the other metric which a lot of people don't think about much, and I want both of you to think about, is impressions. Impressions is actually a more important metric than impression click-through rate, especially for newer channels or smaller channels, because impressions tells you what YouTube thinks about your video and how many times it is showing in front of other people. So if I click on see more, impressions, and I go to traffic source. Okay, wait. Yeah. So here I get कि 7,000 impressions to YouTube search से आया है. So this video is optimized for YouTube search. YouTube search will contribute less than bloody 10% of your overall views. Okay. So browse and suggested में ये नहीं आया है. YouTube is not able to figure out how to recommend this video to browse and suggested. So what determines impressions? In my opinion, few parameters which I have found. One is a video which has a great idea, a great title, and a great thumbnail. That will contribute. The idea of the video itself should be critical. You have to show YouTube that I am creating content which will appeal to audience which probably does not exist, which is going to be beneficial to the audience. So the idea and the topic idea, that's why it is so important. It is dependent directly to impressions. And then eventually for impression click-through rate, your title and thumbnail has to be good. If I give weightage, 70% should be on title, 30% on thumbnail for click-through rate. And if I have to give weightage on impressions, 90% is the video idea. वीडियो आइडिया अगर किलर है तो YouTube आपका वीडियो दिखाएगा. No need to worry. Okay, clear with this? So now when I scroll further, it will just give me a breakdown of uh, all the different target sources. Now here, very important, when I say ki please optimize this video for YouTube search, there will be some videos which I'll be like ye search ke liye bana hai. That time your inclination should be what? So this is how I want you to take steps. One is I go to advanced mode, I go to traffic source, and then I click on YouTube search. Here it will show you, okay, what are the keywords which right now YouTube is showing this video for. समझ आया मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? As of today, कौन से keywords के लिए YouTube हमारा वीडियो दिखा रहा है? That's what this tells. So then based on these keywords, then based on other research you would have done on data for SEO and then YouTube data API use करके on Claude, you would have asked, right? कि, find me YouTube keywords or what videos are ranking for these search queries. So then I would say incorporate these in the title of the video and in the thumbnail also a little bit. So that means optimizing for YouTube search. Okay. Now when I say think about browse and suggested, that is a different game. In browse and suggested, we have to in browse or suggested, we have to think about the idea of the video. It may not have the right keywords, but it's we are trying to get into virality there. One common recommendation I have for you is for a lot of channels which we manage, YouTube search should be after 1 week or 2 weeks of publishing the video. Browse and suggested, initially we try to optimize for that. So तो अभी 3-4 thumbnail का A/B test जो आप दे रहे हो ना, keep one focused on search, two focused on search, one focused on browse and suggested. The browse and suggested title and thumbnail combo should be wacky. It should be very creative. It should be out of the box. I'll give you examples. Like immediately, if I just on the top of my head for this video itself, if I think of the title thumbnails which you guys have given, I felt for the for the search it is fine. For browse and suggested, you didn't think creative enough. I don't know why I feel there's a bit of a hesitance, especially when we are A/B testing. At least one option should be absolutely wacky and out of the world, Pile. They see there should be one safe option focused on YouTube search, and then one option which is a little bit more out there, again focused on YouTube search. The last option, the title and thumbnail combo, should be absolutely crazy, creative, wacky. That's for browse and suggested, and that we can do some 2-3 iterations separately. समझ आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? So that's very important. Keep this in mind that when you have an A/B test, I do not understand why we have 3 same thumbnails in the A/B test. That's not right. Thumbnails के भी अलग-अलग variations दो, थोड़ा wacky चीज try करो. Because these videos are decent. How I know they're decent? They're above average, boss. Metrics में तुमको दिख रहा है जब किसी ने click किया है, and I just scroll down and I go to see more. I go to compare to other videos. This is also, see, 80% is above average. Only this part is below average. So this is a good video. I think with more bold packaging, we can try to rank this also higher. समझ आ रहा है? Okay. Let's look at Sujata one now. Okay, so this one got into YouTube recommendations, but now YouTube recommendations से निकल गया है. See, it's tapered off. Initially YouTube recommendation and then it tapered off. So in these scenarios, what I would do is I would edit the title. Uh, I mean, I've just given a very silly title, but now after वो देख पहले तो it went into YouTube recommendations in home and up next, which is your browse, and it got out, which is why now I want to see if I can get this video ranked for search. समझ आया? So I just added one title. Later on, you can edit it again. See, be very comfortable making changes to titles and thumbnails because titles and thumbnails का multiple iterations करोगे तभी कुछ निकलेगा. मेरे बहुत सारे videos home बनाओ पे which have got millions of views. On third or fourth attempt, it finally clicked. अरे यार इसको क्या हो गया? एक मिनट. एक हफ्ता देखो. Wait for few days. Make the change. Wait for few days. Make the change. Simple. So ये वाला video laminates versus veneer वाला, the title was like the third title. Okay. And initially to देख views कितने थे. First 32 days views ही नहीं है. Then it just took off. दिख रहा है यहाँ पे. So that's what I meant. कि don't be hesitant. And if you feel sometimes कि नहीं इसका better title हो सकता है, just make the change. You don't have to worry. See, unless it's one of the brands which is very particular about design and all that, for a lot of the brands which we are handling, it's fine. They'll be okay if we run experiments because they want views. So that's fine. Okay. Next. Uh yeah, going back to this, what else do I look at? So sorry, this call is coming. Yeah. Okay. Now next, one more metric I try to sort of look at is again, let me just open one of the recent videos. Oh, this random video has got 8,000 views, huh? इसका देख पूरा ये पूरा सर्च पे चल रहा है पायल. अच्छा, एक एडवांटेज ऑफ यूट्यूब सर्च इज द व्यूज आर वेरी प्रिडिक्टेबल. एक बार वो सर्च में आ गया एंड योर्स इज लाइक वन ऑफ द बेस्ट वीडियोस फॉर दैट स्पेसिफिक क्वेरी. जस्ट वन सेकंड. Yeah, sorry. So what happens is predictably you will get a lot of views. Suggested of browse में आपको एक हॉकी पक दिख जाता है, like suddenly you will have a peak of views. ठीक है. सो इसका आई मीन तो देख, ये ग्राफ अभी ऐसे ही जाते रहेगा रोज. इसको जो भी है लाइक 500,000 व्यूज, आई मीन 200-300 व्यूज आते रहेंगे. सो वन मोर थिंग आई लुक एट इम्प्रेशंस. मैंने दिखा लिया तुम लोगों को. हाँ. सो लेट्स लुक एट एंगेजमेंट. सो दिस इज इंटरेस्टिंग. दिस विल जस्ट गिव यू सम मेट्रिक्स ऑफ. अच्छा, इसमें नहीं आया. It'll just give you some metrics of likes, comments and all those things. ठीक है, इसका इतना ज्यादा नहीं है. And next is audience. Audience is how many unique viewers. So इसका 8,000 views में 6.8 के unique है. थोड़े लोगों ने 2 बार देखा है, मतलब सागर and पायल. Then the same other metrics, new viewer, casual viewer, regular viewer, right? And age and all of that, which we saw in the overall channel. Then next, I always suggest go to advanced mode. Okay. And then also look at the traffic source. Who is finding us, right? YouTube search में क्या हाँ. So it's coming exactly as the product name. Atomberg pedestal fan के ऊपर ही searches आ रहे हैं. And if I look at daily views, सब मिला के about 50-60 views आ रहे हैं daily. तो ये अभी आते रहेगा इसका. At least for next few years or till this product is being searched, at least it'll get 50-60 views every day. ठीक है. Next is after traffic source, also look at geography. So इंडिया में कौन देख रहा है, कौन से स्टेट से देख रहा है, ये भी अपन को मिल जाता है. So कर्नाटका में लोग ढूंढ रहे हैं, वेस्ट बंगाल में ढूंढ रहे हैं, महाराष्ट्र में ढूंढ रहे हैं, right? Next, I also look at cities. So सबसे highest searches बैंगलोर के है, फिर चेन्नई, फिर हैदराबाद, फिर कोलकाता. So that means as of now ये वीडियो नॉर्थ इंडिया को गया नहीं है, फिलहाल साउथ इंडिया में ही घूम रहा है. आई थिंक नॉर्थ इंडिया में जाएगा तो और व्यूज मिल सकते हैं. सो यूट्यूब इज स्टिल फिगरिंग आउट किस किस को पुश करना है ये. समझ आ रहा है. So next let's look at viewer age, viewer gender. This I showed you. Yeah, if you want to break down ki who is watching. So this is 25 to 34, 35 to 44. Roughly 80% is purchase intent buyers only. So that's one of the advantages of our channel. Purchase intent ज़्यादा है buyers का हुआ coming. They're coming here to make a final purchase decision basically. So that's how I look at the advanced analytics also. Now regarding the cadence of editing titles and thumbnails, Payal, Sagar, for both of you, it's simple. Iterate as much as you can. If you have a feeling the video is good, iterate till it gets picked up by the algorithm. It's fine. There are videos like that where I've done bloody 7-8 iterations. But I know that the video is solid. Bottom line is that you have to know that the video is gonna kill it. समझ आया मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? So when you know, there'll be some videos which you're like, ठीक है, this is fine, चलेगा. But then there'll be some videos where like, no, I know this video is good, with the right packaging I'll do it. And उसमें A/B test में 3 title, 3 thumbnail डाल सकते हो. Do more iteration and be more bold. And the other part is when we do the SEO, when we do the data for API research, for that title, for those keywords, find the top performing videos, download their titles and thumbnails, and then ask Claude to give ideas based on that. So see, थंबनेल स्टीलिंग, टाइटल हाईजैकिंग बहुत कॉमन है. Basically, you are taking the same concept of the thumbnail on your own channel. It's fine. Test it. See how it works. For a query, if you find top 50 videos, they have 1 lakh views, 2 lakh views, whatever it is. See what is working in those. In fact, I would say recent Opus 4.7 Cloud का जो आया है, उसमें image analysis has become very strong. So ask it to analyze those images. What are the common traits? And then say, okay, give me 5, 10 ideas. You're getting what I'm trying to say? So that I wanted to download the thumbnails for sure, every single title we work on for that topic, which is the top performing video, and then see what have they done in title and all. So एक तो competitor research हो गया, एक तो तुम्हारा खुद का research हो गया, एक और तुम्हारे ideas हो गए. 9 3 into 3 9 combinations of title and thumbnail तुम्हारे पास experiment करने के लिए है for every upload. Plus after that upload तुमको edit करना है, करो. Don't hesitate in freaking making changes in the uh, don't hesitate in making changes in titles and thumbnails. Again, I'm reiterating, that has to be like, literally अपन टीम अपने टीम चैट में टेक्स्ट करते हैं ना for whenever we have doubts or ideas और कुछ change करना है. It should be that quick. उसके लिए approvals की जरूरत नहीं है. For the bigger brands which we manage where there's specific guidelines for titles and thumbnails, उसके लिए ऐसे मत करो. But for the smaller brands, for our own channels, please do this. So you understood how I'm looking at a channel, right? And you understood how I look at analytics of a specific video to iterate. Okay? So that's it. Wait, I'll just end the live stream also. So the recording will be there on YouTube, one work.